वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे कालिन्दी फुल्लकमले माधवेन क्रीडारत ब्रह्मानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं सद्गुरु लोकनायक। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Wish you happy New Year. Wish you happy Kalpataru Day. In our Sri Ramakrishna Guru Parampara, January 1st of every year is celebrated as Kalpataru Day. So I thought, let me explain the significance of the day. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was living in Kasipur Garden House from 11th December 1885. Just after 21 days, this incident happened on 1st January 1886. Bhagavan was suffering from throat cancer. That day, about 3 p.m., Bhagavan felt little relaxed. So he came out from his room and walking towards the garden. And he found devotees, especially householder devotees, were there in the garden. About 30 devotees were there. And Girish Chandra Ghosh was one among them. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna walked towards Girish Chandra Ghosh and asked him, "My dear, what have you seen in me as grand that makes you declare me as a Bhagavat Avatara openly, publicly? What have you seen grandness about me which makes you to declare as an Avatara? Which makes you to declare me as an Avatara publicly?" For this question, Girish Chandra Ghosh answered. Immediately he bowed down to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He did Sashtanga Namaskar, and kneeling before him, he replied, "What more can I say about whom even Valmiki and Vyasacharya could not describe?" It's a beautiful answer, indirectly telling that you are that entity about whom Valmiki and Vyasacharya tried to describe. Which entity? That entity which has taken the form of Rama, and that entity which has taken the form of Krishna. Rama Avatara was described by Valmiki Maharishi. Krishna Avatara was described by Vyasacharya through Bhagavad. So what more can I tell? That means whatever has to be told about you already told. And you are that person who have come in this form, poor form, in the form of a poor Brahmana. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna heard this, immediately he went into ecstasy, samadhi, while standing. Then seeing him in ecstasy, Girish Chandra Ghosh chanted Jai Ram Krishna. Hearing his shouting, others who were there here and there in the garden, they came near him and started chanting Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna. Hearing that shouting, hearing that chanting, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna came down from ecstasy, then opened his eyes and he told, "What more shall I say? What more shall I say to you? May you all be spiritually awakened. May you all be spiritually awakened." Was the blessing of Sri Ramakrishna at that moment. Hearing that blessing, many felt that they were transported into a different realm of existence. They came and touched his holy feet and prayed for something. Each one prayed for one thing. What they prayed, only Bhagavan knew. But after this incident, the direct disciples who are going to be sannyasis in future ask these devotees what happened like that. Because in that situation, none of the direct disciples, sannyasins, were present. All the 30 people were householder devotees. So when they asked, especially Sharadanaji Maharaj wanted to know what happened. Because he was witnessing the scene standing on the terrace of the building. The distance between the building and the place where this happened, under the mango tree, now also you can go and see that same mango tree is kept. He could see Girish Chandra Ghosh bowing down, then kneeling, then talking, and other devotees feeling ecstasy, joy, shouting, merriment like that. But nothing he heard. So therefore, he wanted to know what happened. Because it is a joyful occasion to witness. That time, each one told, I got the vision of my Ishta Devata. I got ecstasy. I got peace of mind. Like that, everyone shared their experience thereafter. Ramchandra Datta was there as a participant in this situation. He termed this incident as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has become Kalpataru on that day. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has become Kalpataru. Kalpataru means a tree which fulfills all the desires, whatever desire. It's a Pauranic tree, which is mentioned in Puranas. Under the tree, if you sit and desire anything, it will come immediately. That is the Kalpataru. So Ramchandra Datta declared that day as Kalpataru day. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has become Kalpataru. If you analyze the incident, this declaration doesn't fit. What is the occasion? Devotees receive the blessings of the Lord. For what purpose? Certainly not for fulfillment of worldly desires. What was the blessing? What more shall I say to you? May you all be spiritually awakened. The very utterance of the Lord made their mind to get rid of their physical identity. All the while our mind is engrossed in physical identity only. So that particular moment, because of the blessings of the Lord, the mind was free from physical identity. Naturally, it experienced a divine oneness, the divine relationship with the Ishvara. But that incident cannot be termed as Kalpataru day. That blessing cannot be equated to the blessings given by the Kalpataru. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna cannot be compared, cannot be branded as Kalpataru. Why? Because you go to Purana and try to understand what is the nature of Kalpataru. It is a wish-fulfilling tree. It will not give any suggestion to you, nor it will give any warning to you. Whatever wish come to your mind, it will provide. Correct? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself talks about this Kalpataru tree, Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree, in his gospel. A fellow was walking in the forest. He felt very tired due to hot sun. So he took shelter under a tree. Being tired, he was in need of water. Being thirsty, he was in need of water. So he thought, how nice it would have been if I get a cool drinking water. Immediately he found a glass of water in front of him. Acha, as I thought, water has come. So he took the water. Then, after taking the water, will the mind keep quiet? How nice it would have been if I get a sumptuous lunch. Chappan bhog. Immediately, a plate has come in front of him and with lot of eatables, and nicely he took that lunch. Then, will the mind keep quiet? His mind thought, how nice it would have been if I get a bed to sleep and take rest. Immediately, bed has come. Then he slept. When he woke up, he found it was already late evening. Everywhere, andhakara, darkness. Will his mind keep quiet? So his mind was afraid of danger. What will happen to me if a tiger appears in front of me and jump at me? Like that he thought. Tiger appeared, jumped at him and devoured him. This is the story. This is the functionality of a Kalpataru tree. In that story told by Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and Puranas also tell the same thing. Now, do you find that this Kalpataru, a wish-fulfilling tree, is a useful entity in our life? Please tell. It is a dangerous entity. Correct? Why it is a dangerous entity? It doesn't teach what to desire. It doesn't restrain desiring wrong things in our life. It doesn't give even warning for thinking, negative thinking. Correct? So what is the use of this Kalpataru? Please tell. Therefore, Swami Sharadanandaji Maharaj, after analyzing this incident, he brands the day of self-revelation of the Master. See the difference between two minds. One mind brands the day and incident as wish-fulfilling day, Bhagavan as wish-fulfilling tree, Ramachandra Datta. Being a householder, that much only his limitation. But this Vairagi mind of Saradanji Maharaj, how beautifully brands this day, the day of self-revelation. This declaration exactly tallies with the incident what happened on that day. What was the question of Sri Ramakrishna to Girish Chandra Ghosh? What made you to declare me as an avatara? Girish Chandra Ghosh gave a befitting reply that you are avatara only. You are avatara only. Not only that, you are an avatara greater than the previous avatars as in the form of Rama and as in the form of Krishna. That was his assertion. How is it? How is it? Hearing this, immediately Bhagavan went into ecstasy. What may be the reason for this ecstasy? The joy that this fellow has found out my reality. When devotees approached him and asked for blessing, what was the blessing given to them? To go beyond their physical identity, to relate themselves with their Ishta Devata. Some told that they saw Sri Ramakrishna as divine. So according to their mental condition, the form of the divinity varied, but what they saw, what they saw was all divine. Among these devotees, there was one Vaikuntanath Sanyal. That person is a very unique person. So first time he went and received the blessing and got something. Then after some time, again he went back to Sri Ramakrishna and asked for blessing. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna told to him that I have already blessed you. Whatever you want, you got it. Why you have come second time? Then Vaikuntanath Sanyal says, yes, you blessed me, but my intellect is not sure that I received your blessing. So therefore, I need second blessing to know that you have blessed me. Very fantastic boon it is. So he asked Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, please make me to understand that I have received your blessing already. Sri Ramakrishna touched him again and told Tathastu. Then what happened to him? He was sharing his experience to Sharadanji Maharaj, and he told, my dear Sharad, what happened to me after this blessing is something very grand and painful also. Huh? Grand and painful. How it is? He told, wherever I saw only Sri Ramakrishna's form. Whatever I saw only Sri Ramakrishna. Nothing was appearing to me. Any direction, I could see only Sri Ramakrishna's form. Acha, why it is painful you are telling that? It is nice only. Nothing but pain it is. I cannot conduct my day-to-day my life. I could not conduct my day-to-day life. It was not ending. This vision was not ending to me in 1 hour or 2 hours. If it is 1 hour, okay. 2 hours also okay. But day after day it was continuing. I could not do anything. Then I went back to Sri Ramakrishna third time after 10-15 days. Then I told my Gurudev, Bhagavan, please remove this vision. Please remove this vision. I want to be an individual. I cannot bear this vision. See? Same thing Arjuna was also telling to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Enaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurti. You are having you are seen by me with 1,000 hands. Please make me to see you with 4 hands. That is enough. That means what? I cannot bear this Vishwarupa Darshana. This was the request by Arjuna. Same request Vaikunthanath Sanyal was making to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. With these type of explanation, Sharadanji Maharaj comes to conclusion that day Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna revealed himself, revealed his spiritual nature by removing their individuality for some time. ஒரு sample கொடுத்த மாதிரி. When sample is given, how can you live without individuality? An Atmajnani lives without individuality, with opened eyes, with closed eyes. A Bhakta lives without individuality, with closed eyes during devoted meditation. That is the experience of all the devotees. During the meditation time, if the mind has love for the Lord, then he transacts with the Lord in meditation for few moments. He considers himself as the child of the Lord. So the devotee has this experience in meditation once in a while. A jnani has this experience all the while. So how to give this experience to an ordinary person? That day, this experience was given to ordinary people who are engrossed in worldly desires, who have a lot of fear, anxiety about their future, guilt about their past. To get rid of all those things and relate themselves with the Lord and be free from fear, anxiety, and pain. That occasion was created by Girish Chandra Ghosh. Girish Chandra Ghosh was living without individuality. He himself says, when I surrendered to Sri Ramakrishna, telling that I cannot tell Lord's name at particular time, nor I can perform any particular puja, nothing doing. So I am offering to you. Like that, when I told, Sri Ramakrishna accepted me. After that, anything I do, anything I think, anything I talk, this person comes first. What is the condition of ordinary person's mind? Anything you think, anything you do, anything you talk, who comes first? I comes first. His physical individuality, emotional individuality comes first. Never Bhagavan comes. Understood? For example, when we get up, what is the first thought? What is the first thought? Time actually ended. What is the first thought? Oh, time is over. I got up like that. No? For a devotee, what can be the first thought? Oh, Bhagavan has given one more day for me to serve him. Understand now? Putting the Lord as a first person singular and putting one's own physical identity as first person singular. The devotee practices this consciously. That is why devotees, when they open their eyes, they want to see the form of the Lord. Why? Because to thank him for giving one more day to serve him. Understood? So this living with the Lord, relating with the Lord is not a common affair in many people's life. Therefore, that day, Bhagavan gave a taste, a sample, how nice it would have been if you live with the Lord. How to give that sample? There is only one way. Either reveal that fellow as divine or reveal yourself as divine and make that fellow to see you as divine. Correct? Same thing only Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna did to Narendra. When Narendra came with a question, have you seen God? Have you seen God? Like that. So what was the answer? Yes, my dear. Very closely I could see God. Closer than I talk to you, closer than I see you, I could see God and I talk with the God and I relate with the God. Like that. Having told this, what he did, he kept quiet. What may be the thought process in the mind of Narendra? So many people bluffed. This man also may be bluffing. Like that, he might have thought. What he thought, we don't know. There's a possibility of thinking in this way. So many people bluffed me. He also may be bluffing, but very convincingly he is telling. So there may be a reason for this conviction. Because others did not tell these things with all conviction. Yes, I have seen like that, nobody told. It is possible to see, Shastra says like that only indirectly they told. So he was not convinced. When Sri Ramakrishna told, yes, I am seeing, then he has a curiosity, what it would be like, how it will be. Seeing God means something which I have not experienced so far. What it would be. Like that he might have thought. This is another thought process. Okay. One thought process is that man is bluffing. Another thought process is if he is really truthful, then what it would have been. I also want to know. By the time Sri Ramakrishna took Narendra to a veranda where nobody was there and kneel down in front of Narendra and started praying to Narendra, my Lord, you have come so late. All the while I am waiting for your arrival. My ears are paining hearing the worldly sounds. Like that, he was behaving like a madman. Imagine 17-year-old young boy with all intellectual arrogance, with all arrogance of strong will, strong body, with all arrogance of questioning anyone and everyone. So what he thought, yo, suddenly this man is behaving like a madman. Like that he might have thought. In fact, he thought. Then, after kneeling down, praying to Narendra, addressing him as Narayana, Sri Ramakrishna started feeding him by his own hands. He started feeding sweet, and he put the sweet in the mouth of Narendra. He's a grown-up man. How can he accept somebody feeding to mouth? You give in hand, I will eat. I will share with my friends. Sri Ramakrishna says, I will give you to your friends afterwards. You please eat. Like that. He fed him. Because of compulsion, he took that sweet from the hands of Sri Ramakrishna to his mouth. Then, after feeding, Sri Ramakrishna touched him, touched his chest. Then what happened? Vivekananda, Narendra lost individuality, but he could not withstand that experience. So he started shouting, what are you doing with me? Don't you know I have a father? That means what? I want to retain my individuality. Then smilingly, Sri Ramakrishna says, all right, let it be end there for now. Correct? So these type of revealing disciples' spiritual nature or revealing Guru's spiritual nature or Ishvara's spiritual nature is common in our spiritual texts. Same thing happened to Arjuna also. Same thing happened to Arjuna also. Arjuna considered him as a counseling person, as a friend. Suddenly he has become Ishvara, showing him Vishwarupa Darshanam. But this fellow is not ready for that. Understood? Therefore only the request comes from the individual, the Bhakta, please remove this. Understood? So the day of self-revelation of Sri Ramakrishna is the proper title for the incidents happened on January 1st, 1886. But common people understand this as Kalpataru Day, no problem. But you have to define what is the meaning of Kalpataru in your mind. Accordingly, the blessing will be there. Understood? If you consider Sri Ramakrishna as a Kalpataru, wish fulfilling tree, which doesn't have any intelligence, which doesn't give you also any intelligence, which doesn't allow you to discriminate, then you are in trouble. Because it is not in our capacity to have only positive emotions in our life. If you want to check, give an appointment one day at particular time in your diary. That day, that time, I will become angry, right? Or that day, that time, I will not be angry. You try. You try. It is not possible. Because why you are angry, no, you yourself don't know. When you will be angry, you cannot know. How much you will angry, you will not know. For what you will get angered, you don't know. So, having this uncontrolled mind, going near the Lord, asking wishes is self-destruction. That's what done by all Rakshasas and Asuras. Correct? They thought this is grand. Therefore, they decided to pay the price by their tapasya. When Bhagavan stood in front of them, whatever came in their mind, they asked. Correct? But very boon has become a curse for them. That is why no fellow in our Purana who received boon survived the boon. No fellow. Among them, Hiranyakashipu was the grandest one, very intelligent fellow. If you analyze the boon which he received, it is impossible to violate that boon. But Bhagavan found all the means to violate that boon and finish him off. The very boon was the cause for his arrogance after receiving the boon. The very boon was the cause for his all papa karma. If we are going to get boon from the Lord to do papa karma in future, what is the utility of it? Or if you are going to get the boon for sensory pleasures, enjoyment of sensory pleasures, what grand it may be? What is the grandness in that? Please tell. And to get sensory boon for sensory pleasures, does that Lord is required? Please tell. So, seeing this incident as a spiritual seeker is different. Generally, if you go today in West Bengal, in Kasipur garden, nearly 2 to 3 lakh people will be in queue. I was a witness in 2002 and 2003 January, 2003 and 2004 January. As a training center brahmacharis, we had a duty there. I used to wonder why these fellows are standing in front of Sri Ramakrishna for getting worldly desires fulfilled. This man himself repeatedly told Kamini Kanchan Tyag, Kamini Kanchan Tyag, like at least 1,000 times he would have told in the gospel. And to that entity, people come, ask for what? Kamini and Kanchan. Is it relevant? See, you have to go to correct department to give your application. Otherwise, understood? So, what would, even if the boon is given, because Bhagavan can give any boon. He has that capacity. In spite of repeatedly telling that Kamini Kanchana Tyaga is grand in human life, when you ask Kamini Kanchana, he can give. But is it worthy to ask? Is it worthy to ask? And that too to Sri Ramakrishna. Angadam problem. Because according to the understanding of the renunciates, Sri Ramakrishna Avatara itself, the drama of being Sri Ramakrishna itself, is because of fed up with this Kama and Kanchana. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna repeatedly told, one who has come in the form of Rama and one who has come in the form of Krishna has come in the form of Ramakrishna. He himself told, repeatedly told. Even when Narendra doubted it at the last day also, he told this. Still you have doubt, my dear? Like that he told. He got up and sat and told. Because he could not even move from one side to another side, even lying down. That much his physique was weak. But he got up suddenly and assured that, yes, I am that entity who has come as Rama and Krishna as Ramakrishna. Okay. One who has understood it, they were living with that conviction. Girish Chandra Ghosh understood it. Very few people have understood it. Even direct disciples, many of them could not understand. Narendra could not be convinced with that understanding. Understanding is one thing. Being convinced is another thing. So when he comes as Ramakrishna, what may be the reason if you think? A funny idea came in my mind. What is that funny idea, He might have fed up with this Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara. Why? 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 All the struggles he had to go through because of this Kama and Kanchana. Correct? If there was no empire, he would not been asked to go to forest. Correct? Because of Kanchan only the problem started. If he would not have attachment towards Sita, he would not have fight with Ravana. Correct? When Mother Sita was abducted, he had the choice of taking sannyasa. Correct? Because nobody knew where she has gone. Both of them, both Rama and Lakshmana, did not know who has abducted, whether Bhakshitava, Rakshitava. Bhagavan himself says. He goes and asks trees, creepers, Godavari river, mountains, and Panchabhutas, Surya Devata. Please tell whether she is alive or not. Who has done? What was done? That also he doesn't know. So he had the opportunity of taking sannyasa. Why he could not do that? Many people may think, no, he has given the word to Ayodhya and to his mother and what you call citizen that I will come back and Bharata and come back. So in order to keep the promise, what promise? With taking sannyasa, all promises are over. Shastra allows it. You take sannyas. All your Purvashna promises are there now. Over. Law also says, suppose a person has become bankrupt, having loan. Okay. Having nothing but loan. But if he takes sannyas, suppose. The people who have given loan, they go to the court and sue this fellow. What he will tell? Yes, my lord, I have taken loan. I don't have any means to repay. Therefore, only I am unfit to live in the society. And therefore, I decided to take sannyasa and have taken sannyasa and I am going towards moksha marga, being a failure in worldly affairs. What the judge will tell, please tell. It's a funny imagination. Okay. Not to put down Rama, not to put down Krishna, but to understand Sri Ramakrishna's grandness being an avatar. So one thing was obstacle for him. What is that? That individuality. Correct? So he could not do that. And the natural sannyasa எடுத்துக்க முடியல. So Kamini Kanchan was the cause for all suffering. Kamini Kanchan means what? A value for wealth, power, position, relationship, and one's own individuality. Understood? It's called Kamini Kanchan. You take Krishna Avatar. From day one onwards fighting. He could not take mother's feeding relaxedly. எந்த அம்மா வந்து என்ன பாய்சன் கொடுப்பாங்கன்னு தெரியாது. Imagine the child's condition after the Putana incident. So any mother suppose takes Krishna. What the child will? Whether this lady is one more Putana? Like that. Correct? Natural, na? For any child. Suppose if child is pinched, the child will think anybody who takes me will pinch me. Correct? So day one onwards, problem. Fight, Oh, last day also fight. He did not fight, but he was the witness of fighting. Why? Same value for worldly identity. So Bhagavan was not happy with that. So much of suffering I have gone through in these two avatars, but none of the fellow I could transform. I could cut off their head, but I could not transform their head. Understood? I could not make them noble. I could not make them renunciates. I could not make them even gentle fellows. What is the purpose of avatara? So therefore, I will be born in a situation wherein there is no opportunity for comedy and kanchan. What's the meaning of comedy and kanchan? You have to remember that. In that definition only, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's entire life stands. Please understand. So my life will be a life of tyaga of this kamini kanchan. Having lot of wealth, you cannot avoid being identified with that wealth. Okay. Therefore, he has selected a Daridra Brahmana. A Daridra Brahmana who lost his own parental home, land for the sake of Satyam. Correct? And very livelihood is the problem. Okay. Where is the question of attachment for wealth? Please tell. Wealth attachment. There is no wealth at all. Where is the question of attaching to the wealth? Okay. Is he bothered about the poverty? No, he was happy child. Problem for parent only, botheration for parent only, but he was happy child. Not threatened by any fellow. Correct? Happy childhood. For future kanchanam, there was a provision in his life to be educated as a priest. His elder brother says, you get education so that you will be a priest, so that you will have wealth. Wealth for what? He asked. Wealth for food. I don't want an education which gives me food. What a definition. What a rejection, you see. Entire world considers education is for livelihood. He says, I don't want education for livelihood. Then what you will do? His elder brother asked. I will get educated not for livelihood, but to live happily. Very funny. 6-year-old boy said, telling this. That means what? There should not be any future possibility also to have wealth. Continue to be a daridra. Externally, correct? So education gone. Understood? Education gone. Okay. Then his drama comes to Dakshineshwaram temple complex at the age of 16. There he found his own elder brother. He is sold to wealth and he has accepted salary from the temple for being a priest. He did not take water from that place. Even on the day of temple consecration, which was done by his own elder brother, he did not take food there. And he went to Ganga Tira and started crying to Mother Ganga, Mummy, you brought me here. I cannot have this life. Like that, he started crying. For what? Not to be paid. And these people seeing him somehow manages He was not ready to get anything from any fellow. They were cajoling him, including his elder brother, relatives, then this Mathur Babu. Then he told, all right, I will be engaged only in seva of the divinity, not for money. I will not handle money or jewel or wealth, anything like that. With that condition, he lived there. All his puja is meant for what? Not for dakshina, not for salary. So he has gone mad after the divine path. Understood? Then at the age of 23, there was a proposal from the relatives. This much madness for divinity is not good. So let us make him marry. So they took him to village. Everybody, without telling him, they were searching for girl. But this man knows. He told, you are searching for girl, na? Go and find in such and such place, Jairambati village. A child is there. They thought that girl will be at least 15-year-old. When they went there, they saw 5-year-old girl sitting and doing palanguli. Simple came, she was, how is it? Then they came with all irritation. What you are joking? Why you are joking with us? Like, no, I am not joking. I know that she is born to me. What is the age difference? 18-year-old. Why 18-year-old age difference? There also there should not be any possibility for kama pravritti. There should not. And you know, entire life how he lived. When that girl came as a 17-year-old girl, by the time Sri Ramakrishna has taken sannyasa, without even telling mother. See, in scripture, for sannyasa, no bar. You can violate any norm for taking sannyasa. Only one condition, you should not come back. I am not able to maintain like that, you should not come. That's the only condition. You can violate any dharma. Satyam you can violate, dharma you can violate, pitru bhakti you can violate, matru bhakti you can violate, husband role you can violate, any dharma you can violate. That's what sarva dharman parityajya. So without others' knowledge, he has violated with the permission of one entity whom he held as the only reality in his life. When his Gurudev asked, I feel that you are qualified to be a monk, so I want to give you sannyasa. Are you ready? What was the answer? I like it, but let me go and ask my mummy permission. Which mummy? Will anybody take sannyasa taking permission from mummy, or any mummy will give permission? Like that, when Guru was wondering whether I have selected a wrong person, Sri Ramakrishna goes to temple and comes back with all cheerful face. Yes, my mother agreed. Which mother? Inside mother. Understood? So you have to imagine the individuality which was at every moment of his life is what? Certainly not physical individuality. Please understand. Then only you can behave in this way. If you are a physical individuality, you cannot refuse education which gives you livelihood for your physical individuality. You cannot select a girl as your life companion who is 18 years lesser than you if you are a physical individuality. Correct? So this fulfillment, this avatar as Sri Ramakrishna is the fulfillment of the Shastra Vakyam. Jage Naike Amritatva Manush. In Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's words, Amini Kanchana Tyaga. That is why when devotees and disciples of Sri Ramakrishna claimed that Sri Ramakrishna Avatara is for reconciliation of various religions, synthesis of various religious ideas, and to bring universal religion. Many people claimed. But Mother Sarada Devi told, no, Sri Ramakrishna Avatara is to demonstrate the greatness of Tyaga. Mother's word. No one can understand Sri Ramakrishna greater than Mother. Understood. And you read the complete verse of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was afraid of describing Sri Ramakrishna. Understood? So, if at all we have a feeble glimpse of the personality called Sri Ramakrishna, we will never consider him as Kalpataru. Because Kalpataru is an idiot tree which doesn't have discrimination. Neither it has discrimination, nor it can provide discrimination to anyone. We should not reduce Sri Ramakrishna as a indiscriminate tree. Nor we should be indiscriminate by asking same age-old thing from the Lord. What is the same age-old thing we ask in every Janma? Give Kama, give Kanchana. Give Kama, give Kanchana. Give sensory pleasures to me and give the resources for that sensory pleasure to continue. That is idiotic. That is idiotic. So therefore, the idea of day of self-revelation of Sri Ramakrishna is, he has revealed his grandness from two angles. One angle is as Ishvara, another angle is as a model man to be emulated by every human being as a renunciate. The degree of renunciation is exactly equal, will be equal to your peace of mind. How much you are renunciate, that much you have peace of mind, that much you have spiritual growth. Exactly it is going to be in the same degree. So whenever we find that we are in trouble, immediately we should understand we have attachment. Any trouble, any problem in our life is for the sake, because of attachment. Attachment for what? Attachment for this body, attachment for the sensory pleasures of this body, and attachment for emotions. How to get rid of this attachment? Start renouncing little by little these two things. Any type of sensory pleasure, I will begin to reduce. Whether eating, sensory pleasure, kama doesn't mean lust alone. Many people will understand that kama word, kamini word as lust. It doesn't mean only lust. Any type of desire which perpetuates our physical identity, our individuality, and makes us to roam and roam and roam in repeated birth and death. Kanchana is for kama. That is why when you heard Swami Yogananda, the would-be disciple, sannyasi disciple, Yogin Maharaj, accepted a job, he felt very bad. When he came, he told, my dear, when I heard that you got a job, you went to a job, I felt very bad. I thought I should not look at you. Right? Going to a job is problematic for you. Like that, others were witnessing. Then Sri Ramakrishna continues, and I came to know afterwards just to maintain your mother, needs of your mother, just to serve your mother. You accepted this job, not for your personal benefit. Then I felt good. That means what? If you earn money for your sensory satisfaction, Sri Ramakrishna will not look at you. The same money, if it is earned to serve the family, to serve the society, then Sri Ramakrishna will look at you. For that, you did not pray for him. If at all we have to pray for him, you have to pray for ending the game. Understood? Then I told this, one devotee told, better not to pray anything, Swamiji. Correct. Why should I pray? Please end my game. Need not pray. If you stop praying for perpetuation of your worldly desires, that itself is enough. Whatever happens, let it happen according to my karma phala niyati. Whatever I want to earn, I will work hard and work. But I will not bring the Lord here. Whatever sensory pleasures are destined to me, I will go through it. But I will not bring the Lord, and I will not consider it as the blessing of the Lord. Useless attitude. Bhagavan will never bless anyone to have sensory pleasure. That means what? It is a curse, To be a bhokta is a curse. If at all he blesses, he will bless you to stop being a bhokta. This is the understanding of sannyasins. This understanding is very radical, cannot be accepted by the devotees. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna did not involve any sannyasi mind in that incident. Understood? He could have walked with 2 or 3 sannyasi disciples, correct? But he walked alone. When he was not able to get up without the help of his would-be monastics, why he walked alone? Why he made sure that none of those fellows would-be monastics should not be here in this situation? Why? Because this will be a problem. So let the devotees have their wish fulfilled, but the purpose of this darshanam is what? Go beyond them. Even now, nobody will accept my explanation. I know that. But that is the only explanation possible. Keeping Sri Ramakrishna as our Ishta Devata, asking for sensory pleasures, asking for more and more wealth, asking for more and more name and fame, doesn't fit. Swami Vivekananda Maharaj says, having declared Sri Ramakrishna as Avatara, if any fellow asks for this Kama and Kanchana to him, either he has not understood what Sri Ramakrishna is, or he is misusing that form. It will not be fulfilled, don't worry. Turiyanandaji Maharaj was living in Kashi, and he asked a brahmachari one question. It's a beautiful question. Hey, my dear, you joined here the order, and already 5-6 years over. I saw that you are doing a lot of tapasya. Suppose Sri Ramakrishna comes and stands in front of you and says to you, I am pleased with your tapasya. So I want you to go to married man's life. Go and marry and enjoy the world. My blessing. And this is my order also. If Sri Ramakrishna says to you, what you will tell? This was the question. By Turiyanandaji. The brahmachari was aghast hearing the question. What question it is? So the questioner is not ordinary person. The question also is not ordinary because Bhagavan himself says go and marry. So how can disrespect? Bhagavan himself says no problem will be there. I am there with you to protect you. So that protection cannot be questioned. So the order cannot be rejected. What I will do? Like that he was not able thinking. He was thinking and not able to answer. Immediately Suryanji Maharaj says, if Sri Ramakrishna says to me in this way, I will tell to him, you are not that Sri Ramakrishna whom I want to worship. Okay, guts. Okay, guts. That is the guts born out of renunciation. Even if Bhagavan comes and tries to confuse you, you will not be confused. Okay? Understand? While Sri Ramakrishna was living, Saradananji's father comes, says to Sri Ramakrishna, please tell him to marry. Hearing that, the future Saradananji, Sharat Maharaj, says, even if Sri Ramakrishna says, I will not marry. Hearing that, immediately Sri Ramakrishna is very happy. He himself told, he will not obey my words. Then he was very happy. That doesn't mean whole humanity should take sannyasa. Whole humanity should be without desires. It is impossible. It is not meant by that. But the more and more you go near Sri Ramakrishna and his ideology and meditate on his form and teachings, you will have that clarity in your mind. Nothing is worth than living with Sri Ramakrishna himself. What's the meaning of living with Sri Ramakrishna? The meaning of living with Sri Ramakrishna means living with renunciation. Nothing is worth than living with renunciation. The intensity of renunciation, the quality of renunciation, and the quantity of renunciation, the objects, people, situation of renunciation may vary from person to person. But our wish must be what? One day or the other, my dear, I should be strong enough to stand in front of you and see face to face. How we stand with desires in front of the Lord. In front of the Lord, how a devotee, desireful devotee, how a devotee with lot of desire stands. He stands as a beggar. He stands as a beggar. Not as equal. Not as son also. Not as relative also. Correct? If you consider yourself as a relative, then you cannot beg. If you consider himself as your father or mother, you cannot beg. Can any child beg from the parent? Does the child ask, will you give me food? Will you give me food? Will you give me food? Will you give me education? Or whether any child asks, give me food, give me food, give me food. Beggars alone will beg. We are neither the beggars nor distant relatives of the Lord. We are Amritasya Putra. Once you understand the status, we stop begging. And the prayer on this day is, oh Bhagavan, reveal your nature to me more and more. By revealing your nature to me more and more, my nature is revealed. Because your nature and my nature is not different as per Shastra, nor as per you also. Sri Ramakrishna himself told in one place in Gospel, my children will have whatever I have automatically by law of legal hearing. There in Gospel. My children will have whatever I have automatically by the law of legal hearing, legal have. Being children of Sri Ramakrishna, we stop today asking anything from Mother Sarada Devi used to say, if at all you want to pray to Sri Ramakrishna, have this only one prayer. What is that? You know? He told, Nirvasana. Pray for Nirvasana. What is the meaning of Nirvasana? What is the meaning of Vasana? Vasana means desires to enjoy sensory pleasures. Better not to pray. If you pray, pray this. Why better not to pray, Sena? When you pray, the prayer should not, when you pray for Nirvasana, the Nirvasana prayer should not be an obstacle for your karma niyati, because you have come with one baggage. You have to go through that. Whatever pressure is there, you will get it. Whatever life, whether it is a householder life, or after becoming householder, diverse life, or widow life, or widower life, whatever life is there, that is already fixed. Why you pray for that? Why you pray? So no prayer. If at all you have the practice, abhyas of praying, pray for Nirvasana. That is the advice of Mother Sarada Devi. Understood? So it's a wonderful day of self-revelation, not only of the master, of the disciple also, not only of the Lord, of all of us. So let us pray for the remembrance of this grace. Already He has blessed us with this grace, putting us in that parampara. He has already blessed. Like Vaikuntha Sanyal asked, I should remember that you have blessed me already. Very funny prayer it is. Same prayer will be. I should remember that you are my father, you are my mother. Tameva mata pita cha tameva. Tameva bandhu saka cha tameva. Tameva vidya dravinam tameva. Meva sarvam. Mama jivane deva. In my life, you are all. When I say you are all, to whom I am telling, the embodiment of renunciation, the embodiment of love, the embodiment of spiritual being. So that will be the prayer on this auspicious occasion of Kalpataru Day. May the Lord bless us to be in Satsanga. To be in Satsanga means to be in Shastra Sangha. To be in Shastra Sangha means to be with the Lord, with spiritual awareness. So that prayer shoots with the blessings of the Lord. What was the blessing of the Lord? Chaitanya hope. That you get spiritual awakening. This is what spiritual. Stopping praying for worldly things is the spiritual awakening. Stopping more and more, praying for more and more sensory pleasures is a spiritual awakening. Understood? And actual spiritual awakening will come when we are qualified in reality. Otherwise, no magic will work. Okay, all will be all ecstasy. That devotees when both gone through now, you have to study their lifestyle. Again, they have gone back to pavilion. Okay, the same old path of sensory enjoyments. Okay, so going back to our same old place is not the blessing. Once we have awakened, we should not go back to sleep again. Okay, so how to do that? To be in satsanga, to be in shastra sangha, to be in the presence of sadhus. That is why this avatara is Satvatam Pati avatar. Guru avatara it is. So it will teach you what to ask, what not to ask. Why you should not ask, that also it will teach you. Understood? Very important for us. So Guru's blessing is greater than Any Devata's blessing. Devatas can give what you deserve, what you desire. But Guru alone will teach what you deserve. You deserve moksha. My dear, you deserve moksha. You deserve to be a Brahman. Why you choose to be a beggar? Like that he will teach. So let that blessing continue, which is in the form of Sadhu Sangam and Shastra Sangam is the prayer on this occasion. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu